What's up, guys? Out here chipping away at the dart little by little. Finally got my Perches in earlier this week. These are the new Perches I was talking about in my last video that do away with the U-bolt, so my CalTrack plate will just go on the bottom of the spring like that, and there'll be a through bolt with a nut up here. Anyway, I got those in, and I had to modify the driver's side one just because of the way my rear end brace is. You can see it from here, but I basically just had to kind of chop off a chunk of it so that it wouldn't interfere with my my brace right here. And I just pulled the rear end out of the car. I had it sitting on the Perches, kind of where it's supposed to be, and I just marked it real quick so that I could clean this thing up for welding. I also was able to get my spool bearings pressed off over at my dad's house on the old spool, and here they are here. We just took a sanding bit on the end of a die grinder and opened them up to where they're more of a slip fit now instead of a press fit, so that I could just slip them on my new spool. That way now I can just install that into the third member there, and I'll have a place to put my axles into when they get here, which they're supposed to be here Monday. So I'm trying to get all this to the point where by the time my axles get here, I can just put them in, and I'll probably finish weld the Perches once the axles are in, and then I can set the car on the ground. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this up real quick where I marked, get the rear end back up under the car, and we'll go from there. All right, got the rear end back up under the car here, and I went ahead and put my CalTrack plates, spring plates on the bottom here, and bolted them to the new Perches just to kind of lock things securely into place where they're hopefully going to end up, you know, before I permanently weld something in place here. I've got to get this suspension compressed to where this thing's, I mean, as close to ride height as I can get it right now without any more weight in the car. But so I'm using this 6x6 to span the leaf spring. Since this doesn't have U-bolts on it, I can't just jack it up by the housing. I think this is really my best option right now, but I don't love it in terms of safety. But I've got jack stands under the car, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to jack that up slowly while I'm obviously not underneath the car, and just see what it acts like. I'm gonna experiment with it here for a minute. I think it would obviously be a lot more secure if I could put it in the front of the spring here, but I think that that's gonna make my 6x6 interfere with the differential housing here. I mean, I might be able to put it right here. I may end up having to do that, but it's gonna also still make it hard for me to get in there and measure for my pinion angle. I don't know. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna sit here and mess with this a little bit and try to get the suspension compressed. So the 6x6 jacking it up worked good. I just jacked it up, and then I set these big old 6-tonners jack stands underneath the leaf spring. That's what it's sitting on right now, actually. I just have this in there with a little pressure on it just for a little extra security. And those are still up under it, but they are slightly off the frame. That way the suspension is definitely all that it's resting on. So this is compressed. I did get in here and measure. Let me see. I got the rear end, and the housing is centered now, and I was able to get the pinion angle set also. So I basically just went in here underneath the car and butted my tape measure to my perch and measured out to my housing end on both sides, and I just shimmied it left and right until both measurements were the same. I even got it down to the point where I could just give it a little smack with a rubber mallet, and that got my measurement pretty centered. And then for setting the pinion angle, I got a little digital, wherever I set it, little digital angle finder here. It's just a Harbor Freight deal, and I'll show you here real quick. Kind of what I did. So obviously I'm not on some kind of chassis table or anything like that, so I don't really have like a zero reference, you know, something real scientific. So what I did, and I'm hoping this is decent, I just knew that I was going to use this in this orientation on my housing to get the angle there. So I went to the rocker here and I just got to a flat spot on my rocker and I zeroed my angle finder. And I took my square there. Hang on one hand here. I took my square and I set it across the face of the housing like that. And I set my angle finder on that upright piece there to get the angle of the housing. And I just shimmied that around until I got to, I think right now it's at 1.2, 1.3 degrees of downward pinion angle, which I went down the freaking rabbit hole of trying to figure out the right way to set that, and that was a lot to take in. But CalTrack recommends 2 to 4 degrees relative to the transmission and the pinion on the rear end. So that's, I got mine set at 1.2, 1.3. I'm thinking it's probably gonna maybe go a little more when I put like a fuel cell and, you know, just things that weigh it down. It'll get a little more angle in it. So I wanted to set it a little shallow. And then I'm hoping that that lands it at like 2 or so degrees of downward angle. And then I can mount the engine in the car at like 1 or 2. If I mount it at 2, that'll be the 4, you know, combined, that's 4 degrees. At any rate, I'll have room here to adjust it, either with mounting my engine and getting that angle right, or put in some 2-degree shims or whatever if I need to really dial it in. So I'm cool with that. That's where it's gonna be. So now, it's ready to be tacked in place, I suppose. So I guess I'll wheel my welder out here and throw a couple tacks on it just to lock it in. And then when I get my axles installed in there, I'll weld them up more. I just would like to have them in there just as an added anti-warpage device, I guess. So let me get the welder. Alright, she's got a few tacks holding her in place now. Just need to wait, like I said, for the axles and I'll weld it the rest of the way in there. But in the meantime, I gotta get this spool put in this third member real quick. Hopefully that's a little easier than it was coming apart. I'll get that put in there, that way I can have that third member ready. I'll just have to put that in and slide the axles in, and hopefully everything goes smoothly. Yeah, that definitely goes there. Oh man, my bearings are a little too slip fit, I think. Right here. There we go. I can get this in here now. I guess you gotta put these races in before you put the caps on. Alright, bearing races go on first. I got this one on. Think I can get this in there now. Okay, spool is in. not too bad going back together with it. So that thing's ready to go back into the rear end, really. So I guess I just gotta wait for my axles. Supposed to be here Monday, like I said, so that'd be cool. I'll get those, get under here, put the rear end in it, put the axles in it, and then finish welding my Perches. I need to go get these drag radials that I have sitting over here on the right side of the car mounted on the center lines because those don't hold air. And hopefully I can put this thing together and drop it on the ground next week. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.